What's up, guys? I'm Josh Mosiman, and welcome to This Week in MXA, episode number 148, presented by O'Neill Racing. Thank you guys for tuning in. We just got done doing some tests at Glen Helen, but the big news is out. Antonio Cairoli is officially with Ducati now, and Ducati is officially jumping into the motocross market. The press release launched. It's on our website, motocrossactionmag.com. In that press release, they talked about working for 2 years on a prototype bike. Ducati, it's pretty impressive how well and how tight they've kept that secret, but now finally the secret is out. It is official, and Ducati has signed Antonio Cairoli. Kind of crazy. Cairoli is a 9-time world champion. He's won 6 of those championships on KTM. He was the pioneer of the 350 4-stroke for KTM. He won multiple championships on that. Then he won on the 450, and he's also the 2021 Motocross Nationals champion with Team Italy when they won the championship in Italy. So that was a huge deal for Antonio Cairoli because he had won a lot of championships. He had never won the Motocross Nationals for Italy. He did it with Alessandro Lupino on his team. Now, Alessandro Lupino has been a test rider for Ducati. They're gonna be working together again. Lupino is going to continue as a test rider, Cairoli continue as a test rider and as an ambassador for Ducati, just like Ricky Carmichael is for Triumph. And then in the 2024 Italian Championship, that is where Alessandro Lupino is going to be debuting the bike. He's going to race it in the Italian Championship. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see him racing it in the MXGP Championship as a works bike series, which means that anybody can come up with any motorcycle. And as long as you meet the same specs and dimensions of the regular bikes, you can throw that out there and race in the 450 or 250 class over in the MXGP series. Not so in the US. We won't see a Ducati right away here in the US. You have to homologate your bikes here, and that means you have to have at least 400 for sale, and the manufacturer has to pay a fee to the AMA. So that's why we don't see TM racing here in the US. It's also why we don't see Betas yet. Beta has been racing the MXGP series on prototype bikes. Now Beta is going to race Supercross next year because they're introducing a new 450 4-stroke bike to race in Supercross. It's just an exciting time to be an MXA test rider. It's an exciting time to be a fan of the motocross and Supercross world. Bikes are getting more expensive. Yes, electric bikes are coming in. Yes, there's talks that 2-strokes are, obviously a dying breed. Manufacturers are putting less effort into 2-strokes. So a lot of changes going on, but it's a good thing to see new manufacturers spending time, money, and effort jumping into the motocross realm, like Triumph, like Beta now going from off-road to motocross, and now Ducati going from street bikes to motocross. Super exciting stuff, and excited to keep following the progression of it. So once again, we have another episode of top secret footage where you can't see the bike at all. Obviously, people are going to be wanting to see what the Ducati looks like. I hope it's got some sort of red in it, but then we would have 3 red bikes: a Honda, Gas, and Ducati. But still, I hope it's not black. But Ducati did a great job. They hired a skilled set of videographers to show the bike in action without showing any technical details of the bike, but we're excited to see more about it. Obviously, February is coming up quick. That's when the Italian Championship usually starts, so we're excited to see more about the Ducati then. And that is a 2-stroke. You hear that? That's a sweet sound of a 2-stroke, 250 2-stroke at that, going up the hills here at Glen Helen. It's a sweet sound of motocross that we have here at Glen Helen, but one thing you won't be hearing is Trey Canard on that Honda electric prototype bike racing the All-Japan Championship this weekend over in Japan. Pretty wild stuff. Trey Canard's going to be debuting the Honda electric bike, and it's going to be impressive to watch. Honda's talked about their electric bike, and they've showed sneak peeks all the way back in 2017. Now it's finally official. They have their Honda electric bike. Nothing has been said about selling them. Nothing has been said about mass producing them. Only Honda's just been developing them behind closed doors, working on their electric bike, and now they've convinced Trey Canard to go race it this weekend in Japan. Now that is a big deal. Trey Canard is an awesome rider, and he's also a very conservative guy. He's not going to put risks on his own life and on his health to go ride a bike that he thinks might have some issues. So he's been in Japan a lot lately. He's been going back and forth between the Japan and the US, testing that electric bike over there. He's also in the middle of developing the Honda 450 and 250 for Jet Lawrence and Hunter Lawrence, as well as Chance Hymas and Joe Shimoda to race here in the US. So he's the official test rider for the HRC Honda team here in the US. and he's going to race this weekend on a Honda electric bike in Japan. We've seen footage of that bike. We have some of it here of Japanese riders testing it at Honda in Japan back in 2019, I believe. But now, 2023, the thing's making it back out into the sunlight, and we're gonna see how it does against the 4-strokes in Japan this weekend. All right, had to get Lily in the shot. It's her birthday on Friday last week. She just turned 1 year old. But next up on the international motocross scene, we have to include this because we're talking about Italians coming out with new motorcycles. We're talking about Trey Canard racing in Japan. We also got to talk about Jorge Prado, the MXGP world champion from the 450 class this year from Spain. The Spaniard is here riding with Gas and KTM. He's testing on Supercross here in Murrieta. He's been here for 2 weeks now. He came straight off of the MXGP World Championship into the motocross designations. Then he flew straight from there to California to ride Supercross. Pretty impressive stuff. He's trying to decide if he wants to come here and race Supercross full time. He's testing the waters, seeing how he takes to the whoop sections, seeing how he takes to the tighter rhythm sections, step on, step offs. Supercross is a completely different style of riding, but there's a lot of excitement that comes with Supercross. There's a lot of money that comes with Supercross. If you can do well in a packed stadium like that, it's definitely a great feather to put in your cap. So Jorge Prado, he's already shown he's got the skills on these videos that he's been posting on Instagram, and it's just an exciting time to see. It's honestly a huge compliment to the American motocross community that the best in the world, Jorge Prado, the world champion, would come here and try Supercross. There's always the debate, AMA versus MXGP. Well, now is a good time to at least put some confidence saying that, hey, the best over there wants to come ride here in the US, or at least test the waters. He still has a contract for 2024 to defend his championship on Gas in the World Championship, but maybe as soon as 2025, we could see him here. Let us know in the comments below how you think he would do. And if you want to see the Spaniard, come here and race in the US. What do you think, Lily? Do you want Prado to come here and race? He's pretty good. She just wants to chase her ball.
No comment.
No comment. All right, guys. Thank you for watching This Week in MXA, episode 148. We had some fun testing the Suzuki RMC 450 today, Gas MC 450F, and we have some really fun stuff coming up with our Honda 250 RX cross-country bike this weekend. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.